If you ever looked at a human design chart and thought, wow, this is really overcomplicated, I am not going to have time to learn all this video is for you. Here's the truth. I've never been formally trained in human design, and I still find value in it every single day.
Welcome to Frequency of Self, your go-to resource for the practical application of human design in life, business, and relationships. If you're ready to experience lasting transformation, hit subscribe.
The more I learn about human design and the more conversations I have with people, the more I realize you don't have to be an expert at it. You don't have to read all the books and dive into all the courses and understand the language like it's a second language to you. That's not what's going to be useful for you. What's going to be useful for you is you learning experientially, like I did. My name's Taylor Davis. I'm a 4/6 Splenic Projector, and I have never been formally trained in human design, and yet I use it every single day with my friends, my clients, and myself. So today, I'm going to go over the 5 keys that when you apply them, you can live out your design experientially without ever opening up a textbook. Key 1, simplify what you consume. This key is super simple, yet very important. There's a lot of information out there about human design. It has gotten so popular that sometimes you don't know where to go. So when I say simplify what you consume, I mean choose a couple of key resources that you can always go back to that are trusted, in-depth resources. This channel is an amazing resource to learn human design practically. Amanda is one of my greatest friends, but also someone I turn to when I need information about human design. Side note, she's a one-line, which means she loves just diving into things, and she has studied the entire system, which is why I always send people videos from her. And that's actually very genuine, honestly. Like, she's amazing. You should go watch the other videos. The second one is Neutrino Design. This is my favorite app. I have tried a couple of other apps that are available. I've obviously gone to Jovian Archive. There are things where you can Google. And at the same time, Neutrino Design is one of the most practical apps to learn human design in the moment. It's concise, it's practical, and it's convenient, right in the palm of your hand. And it's not overinflated or overcomplicated. The third resource I would say is surround yourself with community, with people who are actually living their design and nerding out on it. Luckily, I live in Austin, Texas, which means there is a huge community here, unlike anywhere else in the world. So if you're here, comment below because we have some projector meetups and other things that you can dive into, as well as all types. But surround yourself with people who are living and embodying their design, who are nerding out with you, because you will learn relationally. You'll learn from people that lived it, have studied it, have experientially learned it, like myself, or people who have dove into just the traditional teachings. And the more that you are around people that speak the language of human design, the more you pick up on things naturally. Being in community has really helped me understand myself, really helped me decondition the things that I wasn't even aware of, and de-shame so much around what I thought I was and how I operated. Key 2, focus on what's relevant. Human design is potent and powerful if it's relevant to what you're going through. It can be used in so many different ways, but what I've found with clients, and as I've sat down and had so many conversations with people, is that yes, I can sit here and give you a ton of information about your design, but instead, I want you to be able to look at it and go, okay, well, I'm actually going through a really challenging time with my energy right now. I am looking at how I market and it doesn't feel right in my business. I'm looking at, a relationship that I'm in and how it kind of feels a little bit funky. I don't like how my morning routine or my morning rhythm is, and I can't quite figure out why. And I know that if I just figure out this thing, it's going to open up so many other avenues of what I want in my life. So knowing what's happening right now, knowing what's relevant to you in your life, look at it through that when you look at your design and ask yourself that question, because your design can most likely show you something in how you operate instead of just looking at all the possibilities inside of your chart that aren't really relevant to what's happening now. So how do you approach this if you're not an expert in human design and you kind of don't know what's relevant? If you're reading into the Neutrino Design app and something comes in and you're like, oh yeah, I mean, that's great information, but it's not really relevant, that's okay. Let it go out. And then when you scroll through it and you're like, oh my God, my root center, that's how it works, and you just feel it in your body, that's something that your body is telling you, hey, we need to dive into this. That's where you can use the relevance to play with it and have fun and then decondition whatever it is and go in the right direction that your body is trying to guide you. Key 3, start with human behavior. There are a lot of concepts in human design that are way up here, but when we observe them in normal everyday life, it makes it so much easier to understand it. So if you're in a conversation with a friend or a client or someone that you're around and you're like, wow, they speak that way, I wonder what that is. Because usually some person's behavior, you can find it in their design. So if it's not easy for you to analyze yourself, you can go analyze a friend. Start observing the people in your life and go, I wonder what that is. go into their human design and play with it. From there, you'll start to learn about different channels, about different gates, about their centers, about maybe that behavior is something that is conditioned versus not really themselves, not really their design. And you're able to ask better questions, not only understanding them, but understanding yourself better. The best thing about observing a person's behavior and learning it inside the chart is that once you know how that works in the chart, anyone else with that, it applies to them as well. So for example, if you know someone with the Genius to Freak channel, the 2343 going from the ajna to the throat, which is what I have, you notice what that feels like when you're around it. You can observe that behavior and go, oh my God, that's the Genius to Freak channel. And then anyone else who has that, you're like, there's their Genius to Freak channel. Oh my God, amazing. So you don't have to keep learning all of these different concepts. They just start to land easier. Key 4, let your body lead. I say that all the time and people are like, but how do you even do that? What does that even mean? Well, when you know your chart and you've gotten curious and you've observed behavior and you have the resources and you asked, oh, what is that? Then you can start testing and playing with what your body is telling you. I know that I have certain channels, as you do as well. I have a defined ajna, a defined throat. I have the Genius to Freak channel, and I know what that feels like in my body. When I'm talking, it has a different energy. Other people can feel it as well. So because I know what that energy feels like, I get to go and play with it. I get to know what it's like when it's turned on, and I don't ignore it. I trust it because it's coming on for a reason. I also have a defined root and a defined spleen. I am a 4/6 splenic projector. So my spleen tells me when something is right for me. It is my decision maker. And it can work with my root when that energy from the root turns on and I get a burst, a shot of espresso energy to be able to go and create whatever it is that I want to create. And instead of my mind telling me, well, Taylor, you need to get up every day and you need to hustle and you need to grind, I can look at my body and go, wow, you're actually guiding me in the right direction. You're telling me when I do need to act and actually when it's not time for me to act. A lot of it is knowing how my body operates and becoming, as they call it, the vehicle inside your design and inside your body. You are designed beautifully. Everything in your human design works perfectly. We just haven't been given the language of it. And the more that you know about how you operate, your different channels, your gates, your centers, whatever it is, you can go, okay, I'm going to trust that and let your body lead.
I'm editing this video and want to give a call out to the 9 centers guide. If you're brand new to human design, the centers, the big shapes in your chart, that is the place to start. You can grab that in the description below. It's going to really help you understand what they mean when defined and undefined and how to practically apply this wisdom in your life.
Key 5, drop the shame. A lot of our world operates on shame, but human design gives you the blueprint to go, nope, actually, this is how I operate, and then use it as an empowering tool to move forward, to experientially play and test and dive into parts of yourselves that maybe the world told you, oh, that's not right. But the world is changing, and human design is a great way for you to fully embody what you do, who you are, and how you're meant to be, despite what anybody else is telling you. When I look at how I've changed my life with human design and the shame that has melted away, I don't look at myself and go, well, Taylor, you need to be more consistent. Taylor, you need to show up and push past what your energy is telling you and what your body is telling you. I've learned to work with what my design is telling me, and I've actually gotten farther and a lot more satisfied and successful because of it. That is one of the most beautiful gifts I have received with human design, and I've seen it in so many others. I have watched clients break down crying after knowing them all of 10 seconds and only reading their chart. I have watched people completely obliterate their business because it doesn't feel right to them, and at the same time, build something that's more sustainable because of it. So even if you feel like you're doing human design imperfectly, you haven't read all the textbooks or taken the classes or been formally trained, just know that when the shame starts to melt and you're really understanding yourself and you're feeling like, oh, this is amazing, you're on the right track. And just trust the process. This isn't an overnight journey. This is going to take time. And the best part about this is that you can't get it wrong. You get to just play with how you're designed. If you've been here this long, you're my kind of people and you're nerding out with me. So go ahead and drop me a rose emoji and tell me what you're curious about, whether it's something that I have mentioned in this video or anything that you want to dive deeper into, because I can record so much more. I had to stop myself. Not even kidding. One of the amazing resources I did not talk about in this video was ChatGPT. And I didn't go deep into it because there can be a lot of misinformation in there. So many people have come to me. I'm like, you don't have that channel. You don't have that. That's not what that looks like. No. But if you're curious about that, then you can check out this video on how to read your chart using ChatGPT.